you should take a look at if it's not too much trouble. It concerns, well, everything.
Leave me the hell alone with that nonsense.
She spoke with surprising vehemence, almost smacking it out of his hand. Had to expect a little of that, he thought with a nod. Some people were a hard sell, came with the territory. Unfazed, he immediately walked over toward a group of teenagers skateboarding by the statue of Garibaldi. "Afternoon, guys. I have a message here I'd like you to read. Only take a second out of your day. If you're concerned about the state of affairs and about our future, I think it's something you should really consider." They stared at him, dumbfounded. Up close, he was surprised to see the crow's feet around their eyes. They weren't teenagers. They were in their late 20s and early 30s, hard-looking, kind of mean, actually.
"Holy shit, it's John Lennon!"
one of them said.
"I thought somebody shot you. Where's Yoko? When you getting back with Paul?"
The rest of them burst into sharp laughter. Jerks, he thought, heading immediately over toward the center fountain where a street comedian was giving a performance. Yeah, the fate of the world was a real rip, wasn't it? He wouldn't let those assholes get to him. He just needed to hit on the right person and things would start rolling. Persistence was the name of the game. People averted their eyes as he approached them. Not one person would take a flyer. What the hell was this, he wondered. It was 15 fruitless minutes later when a petite woman walking past took the flyer from his hand. Finally, the man thought. His smile collapsed as the woman crumpled it and dropped it to the paved path. He ran forward and scooped it up before he caught up to her. The least you could do was wait until you were out of sight before you threw it out in the garbage can, he said as he whirled in front of her. "You have to litter, too?"
I'm sorry?
The woman said, pulling the white iPod buds from her ears. She hadn't heard a word he'd said. Were all young people today retarded or something? Didn't they see where everything was heading? Didn't they care? "You certainly are," he mumbled as she walked off. "You are sorry. A sorry excuse for a human being." He stopped dead when he got back to the park's entrance. Someone had kicked over the stack, and most of the flyers were wafting away under the arch, over the sidewalk, whipping north up Fifth Avenue. He ran out of the park and chased them for a while. He finally stopped. He felt completely drained and idiotic as he sat on the curb between a couple of parked cars. He held his head in his hands as he wept. For 20 minutes, he cried, listening to the wind, watching the relentless roll of traffic in the street. Flyers, he thought, sniffling. He thought he could change things with a sheet of paper and a concerned expression. He looked down at the antique jeans jacket he'd taken from the back of his closet, so proud that it still fit. He really was a complete fool. There was only one thing that could get people to sit up straight. Only one thing that would open their eyes. Only one thing then, and only one thing now. He nodded, finally resolving himself. He wasn't going to be getting any help. He had to do it himself. Fine. Enough of this nonsense. The clock was ticking. He didn't have any more time to fool the fuck around. He discovered he was still holding onto a crumpled flyer. He smoothed it out on the cold pavement beside him, took out a pen and made a vital correction. It snapped like an unfurled flag as he let the wind take it from his fingers. The broad man with the graying hair wiped his eyes as the sheet he'd written on caught high on the corner lamppost behind him. The word love in the title had been X'd out. Against an ash-gray sky above him, it now said, "Blood can change the world." Part 1. Ashes to Ashes. Chapter 1. Bound in the dark, Jacob Dunning thought about all the things he would give for a shower. All his possessions? Done. One of his toes? In a heartbeat. One of his fingers? He thought. Well, did he really need his left pinky? Unidentified mud-like filth stuck to his cheek, his hair. Wearing only his NYU t-shirt and boxers, the handsome brown-haired college freshman lay on a soiled concrete floor in a very tight space. An angry industrial hum raged in the vague distance. He was blindfolded, and his hands were cuffed to a pipe behind him. A gag around his mouth was knotted tight against the hollow indentation at the base of his skull. The indentation